It was a busy weekend of Club GAA. Here are 5 highlights from the weekend. Jack Sheehan scores a late winner for Na Gaeil. Tralee club Na Gaeil are through to their first Kerry senior football final after a 1-point win over Rathmore in the semi-final at the weekend. Jack Sheehan scored a late winner, curling one over from the corner forward position to book a historic date for Na Gaeil. Rathmore got off to a flying start with 2 goals in the first 20 minutes and led by 5 points early on. But playing against the breeze, Na Gaeil took over the game, inspired by their county star Diarmuid O'Connor, with Stefan O'Connor and former Kerry player Jack Barry to the fore as well, setting them up for next weekend's final against Dr Crokes.
Stefan's heading towards the 21, sees the run over there. Jack Sheehan, and Jack sends that one off the bar, and that's a great score considering the weather conditions there, Jack.
Great work again by Na Gaeil, great interpassing right up the field. Jack Sheehan, what a score from the left hand side over the bar, point lead again for Na Gaeil.
Darren McCarthy was on fire for Toomevara. Toomevara kept themselves alive in the Tipperary Senior Hurling Championship with a convincing 13-point win over Kildare in their final group game at the weekend. It was a feisty affair in Dala as both sides finished with 13 men as the great rivals clashed, but it was Toomevara who came out on top to keep themselves alive in the championship with a 13-point win. Tipperary's All-Ireland winner McCarthy scored 112, including a brilliant point early on, and he also scored a late goal to seal their victory and to keep them alive and book their place in the knockout stages.
Now to have their free out inside the 45, everyone is up on their feet and we're ready to go again. Just shy of 10 minutes, and Dara McCarthy is the target. Dara has it just on the 45. Great hands from Dara, cuts inside, looks up, listen to that crowd as he splits the post. Fantastic score from Dara McCarthy.
Dara Swords kicks the winner for Cara with the last kick of the game in the Kildare Senior Football Championship. Cara were drawing with Carbery in the dying moments of their final round group stage clash at the weekend, with Dara Swords, the Kildare senior panellist and Sigerson Cup winner with DCU, showed his pace, power and composure in the last action of the game, running past his marker and swinging over the bar off the left boot. It was Cara's 3rd win from 3 games in the Kildare Championship and sends them through to the knockout stages, while Carbery, on the other hand, are knocked out of the competition.
Trying to work their way in is Ronan Dury. They have to come further out the field now. Conor Sullivan is there, back with Brian Burke once again, and still we play here. We've now almost 4 minutes to play. Going forward now is Dara Swords. Swords is going out. Alan Carney trying to give him out. Tip him down. It's got over the bar. Dara Swords has put the men from Cara in front.
Luke Kavanagh got a brilliant goal for St Martin's as they overcame rivals Shelmaliers in the final round of the group stages in Wexford. Kavanagh got the first goal of the game after 5 minutes after brilliant work from former AFL player Barry O'Connor, who set him up, with Kavanagh racing through and finishing clinically to the back of the net. It was St Martin's 5th win from 5 games in the group stages, sending them straight through to the quarter-finals of the competition. Shelmaliers, meanwhile, are through to the preliminary quarter-finals, where they'll take on Ferns St Aidan's. The reigning champs St Martin's have looked as good as ever and remain favourites for the Wexford Championship.
Martins will clear their lines through David Codd. David Codd's ball up to the far side towards Barry O'Connor. Barry gets it into his hand, looks ominous here as he runs towards the goal. He's been held back, could be a free coming. Gets it inside though to number 10 and he puts it into the net. Good goal by Luke Kavanagh.
Tipperary football icon Brian Fox shows his hurling skills for Éire Óg na Carty. Brian Fox is a legend of Tipperary football, having won the Munster Championship in 2020, and he's also a brilliant hurler for his club, as he showed for Éire Óg na Carty against Silvermines at the weekend. He showed unbelievable pace and composure, cutting through the Silvermines defence, beating a number of defenders before setting up his teammate Dinny Cross for the easiest of finishes. It wasn't enough for Éire Óg na Carty on the day, with Silvermines winning out by 2 points, but both sides nonetheless progress to the knockout stages of the Tipperary Premier Intermediate Hurling Championship. Éire Óg na Carty finished in 3rd place of the group, but qualify having won the West Premier Intermediate Championship earlier in the year.
Conor McKelvey out in front. He's got Conor O'Brien chasing him, and Conor wins it. And there goes Brian Fox. Brian gets away really well. Super play by Brian Fox. He's low to green to run into. He's been chased now by Kyle Tracy. Cuts inside, can't catch it again. Good play by Brian. He's still motoring on the 21. Can he get the strike off and get a score for Ennicarty? Ball coming in. It's Finney Cross, and that is the goal of the year so far. Brian Fox with unbelievable work.
That's all for us from this weekend. Keep up to date with all the club action on the Irish Independent website and in the newspapers.